if there's anything that I can say that I really like about what I've been seeing from the Eagles during all this training camp, a couple of days before preseason, officially hits up for the NFL, I love right now the mentality of our superstars on this team, because regardless of what's happening, what the stories are being said, what narratives are trying to be spun, this team, when you see these clips, Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts driving around in a golf cart together laughing, Saquon and Hurts having a heart-to-heart about being fearless, it feels different. Everything from head to toe feels different about not just this Eagles team, but the rest of the Philly teams that we've had this year, the years prior. I can't say I feel the same right now about the Eagles that I do about the Phillies, and I know it's completely different. Phillies are in this big-ass slump that they've been in. I feel like I haven't been posting much, but I feel like I've been talking about this slump for over 2 months now. It's been rough. But I don't know. It's just something about this team and their mentality. I feel very confident and strong in saying that this team is probably, in my eyes at least, should be the favorites to win the NFC. And that's a bold statement, given how last year went, knowing that there's other teams out there like the Lions and the 49ers and even the Cowboys and Packers that might have something to say about that. But I don't know. I think this team offensively has nothing to worry about in my head outside of anything that you can't control, like injuries and not having the football when the defense is on the field, those things you can't control. What you can control is your mental state, your drive, your passion, your play, your ability, everything, and I feel like this team right now is in a spot offensively where I have no issues with where they're at. The only big thing is seeing how Saquon evolves as a player into the scheme that we have with the offensive line and the playmakers on the outside and at QB. I want to see how well he fits in with those guys. Defense is another story. I can't say too much about Vic Fangio. I truly cannot. I'm not going to speak on him as a coach or anything like that, because he's not someone that I personally am very familiar with. I know of his history. I know the style that he runs, but at the same time, I can't yet put into words how I feel about him and his defense until I see them on the field. And they, for me, even going back to before we let go of, Patricia and all of them, that's the side of the field that I'm more worried about. I know we struggled on the offense during that losing streak last year, but that defense wasn't any better, and they weren't giving them any sort of help whatsoever. Turnovers were down, big plays, third down conversions, just through the roof. They could not do anything to benefit this team in any facet of whatsoever. So that's where I'm looking at, and losing guys like Hassan Reddick and Fletcher Cox, CJ Gardner-Johnson is dealing with a shoulder injury. So, as not serious of an issue that they're putting that out to be, that's where I'm more worried right now, is on the defensive side of the ball. But I really strongly feel that this team has a great opportunity and a great chance at reclaiming the NFC Championship and making another run for the Super Bowl. Given the conference, the only true teams that I see being huge threats, and others can prove me wrong, like the Falcons with Kirk Cousins and all of that, the Niners and the Lions are definitely right there with the Eagles, no matter what. That is, regardless of the Brandon Ayuk issue, regardless of the Lions' defensive issues, or whatever you want to say about them. Those are the three teams that are top dog for me. The Cowboys are right there too. They're going to still be solid. They didn't do enough to make me scared of them, but they're still there. And the Packers as well. Packers are up there because Matt LaFleur is a great coach. Jordan Love is no scrub. He might be a little overrated given that contract he just got, but he's no scrub. And they have a pretty solid, defensive front. So we'll see how things go. I just wanted to let that 2 cents out. I'll be coming back, I promise. I know I keep saying that, but preseason is right around the corner. Literally, it's right here. So, Eagles videos are going to be through the roof starting in next week. So, Fly Eagles fly. I'll see you in Phillies. Figure your shit out, please.